Hello everybody, I am continuing my rewind series right now. I have just finished the Blistering Sands ZVP from Critical Mass, so check that out if you have not checked it yet. It was actually a very good demonstration and execution of a Zerg expansion into Hydralisk against the Protoss. It was actually a very good game, so kudos to you, Critical Mass. That was very good gameplay. You were a little bit behind, but you had the right ideas in mind. Anyways, this will be a game of TVP, I believe. I believe the player is Protoss, or no, it's Blue Terran. Blue Terran, I remember now, is a Blue Terran. So I think I will be able to critique this in all its glory because I am naturally a Terran player. Sorry for that. So we have the red Nerdkilla Protoss and the blue Poyoloco. Sounds a little loco, I guess. Terran player. So, and I assume they are both in Diamond because Nerdkilla just asked, "Are you in Diamond?" And let's see what he says. He says, "Same, low Diamond." So he's assuming that Poyoloco is in low Diamond. Now I have no idea if they are or not, but we shall see how good they play. So this is a mess up already, I believe. This build order is a little off. So I think, guys, I need to make a tutorial on every standard opening or a standard opening for every race, because I see that a lot of players are messing it up and they go for like an early barracks or something, but they don't go for the harass and they don't go for a rush, so it is just a waste. So tell me if you guys would like that, because I am noticing this in a lot of I'm noticing this trend in a lot of these replays I am casting, that people are not too familiar with the standard opening. Like, so let me know what you guys think. Anyways, the Protoss player is doing the right thing. He is getting a 13 gate. You could actually get a 12 gate if you don't chrono boost initially, but I think a lot of players do choose to chrono boost, so they do get a 13 gate. And then you get your gas, and then you get your cybernetics, depending on if you're chrono boosting or not. So he should probably get a pylon before he gets cybernetics, or else he'll get supply blocked. Anyways, the production is the exact same here. You see barracks, gateway, assimilator, refinery, SCV, probe. Except I'm pretty sure the unit count is different. Yep, unit count. The Protoss is ahead by 1. And is he going for the orbital command? Yes, he is, so that was good. This is right. This is the exact setup you should have. You should get your command center at 15 and build your marine for the 16th supply, except the only thing was he did get his supply depot up really early, which did slow down his SCV production in the early game. Anyways, as I said, you get your pylon first, and then you get your cybernetics, and then you get another assimilator right about now. You can throw down a gateway if you want. Okay, so he goes for the gateway first, but you want to get this assimilator up as soon as possible, because because right when this cybernetics finish, you should have 100 gas, just enough to pump out 1 stalker and research warp gate. Now you're not gonna be able to, and this is actually a little late because I noticed he did start mining gas really late with his probes. So that's not going to be good. So now the second assimilator comes up. He's researching warp gate first before he gets a stalker. So that's very interesting. I definitely think that the stalker should come first because he wants to chase the SCV, although the SCV itself is running away. So I expected Protoss player to throw down another gate, throw down a pylon. Oh, the pylon is already down. I was expecting here, here, or here. This is kind of in the open. You definitely want to do it at the back. A good place is right here for all you Protoss players. You hide it right here. It's very hard to see, and you just chrono boost in right behind the Mansk statue. How imposing it is. So the Terran player is going for a 3-gate Marauder, or 3 racks Marauder push, it seems like. He is already got concussion shells. He is getting 3 racks, and this is and an engineering bay. This is kind of early. I don't know why. He could be building more Marauders and supply depots if he was not going for this engineering bay. I don't know why. If you want to go for +1 upgrades, it is a little bit too early, and it might be a big investment. So I definitely think when I do a 3-gate or 3 racks Marauder, I usually don't put up the engineering bay as early. I put it up later. So anyways, moving, is he checking? Oh, he scouted this. Let me check this out. He scouted the pylon, so that was fantastic. Now the Protoss player who is researching Warp Gate and had just finished it is not going to be able to take advantage of this close proximity. Is he going to move out and try to harass this? Because there's only 2 Marauders and 1 Marine. I don't know, but this is a very good build. For all you Terran players, very sound strategy. 3 racks Marauder. It is very good. You go. The only way to get defeated by it is if the player goes for Void Rays, because then you are screwed because you have no anti-air. But you just have to count that it is a risk, and you have to count on the player, your opponent, not going for the Marauder, or I mean, sorry, the Void Rays, and you will be able to win. Now, however, the Protoss player is throwing down a Robotics, so you definitely need to scan. I definitely recommend, if you do go for something like this all-in, it's essentially like an all-in, save up. Oh, this is very good, it's pretty good micro. Take out the Zealots first, and then focus. Oh, don't build Marines. 3 barracks with Tech Labs. You want to build Marauders, not Marines, otherwise you could just get 1 reactor. So this is a little blunder on the build order and choice of units. He is getting 2 Robotics. This is kind of a waste, because with these, if you didn't have this Immortal waiting, he could just throw down another Gateway, and when this finishes, build the second Immortal. So Protoss player is a little bit of a mistake. You never want to hold, like, what is it, to have another unit waiting to build, unless the unit builds very quickly and you have a lot of money. Something like Immortals early game, you definitely don't want to do this. But anyways, Protoss or Terran player needs to scan. Do not use the mule. Do not use the mule. You need to scan how many gateways he has, and if he is getting a robotics, and how many gateways. So that is crucial to know, and he is going for the robotics base. So this is essentially a counter to all things, because what you do is you get Stalkers, you get one, Sentry doesn't matter, you get an Immortal to counter Marauders, and you get with the robotics base you get Colossus to counter Marines. So this build is very, very intense. The Protoss player is not going to be able to expand, because, and you see he's already cut probe production because it costs so much to invest in this build. So what he's gonna have to do is going. Oh man. So what the Protoss player is gonna do is not be able to expand, and what the Terran player has to do is just hold this off and try to secure an economic lead by either like doing a little harass or bunkering or something like that. But anyways, if the Terran player just lets the Protoss player build up this Colossus, he is gonna be in a lot of trouble. And actually, the Protoss player could actually throw down 1 more gateway. 3 gateways and 1 robotics is perfectly supportable based on 1 base. But I guess he has not chosen to do that. And is he going to do it right now? Let's find out. Maybe he's going to expand. Okay, so now here comes a scan. Let me check the vision. Oops, I don't want the first person view. Where is the... Okay, here we go. So what we have is, he does see the robotics base. He sees the robotics. But this is going to be kind of tricky, because he didn't necessarily see the Immortals. So what the Terran player could assume is that the Protoss player is simply going for Colossus and does not have Immortals, and Marauders can snipe down Colossus. But if he scanned earlier, he would have seen this is building with no robotics, and he could see that Immortals are being pumped out. So it is very crucial to have that reconnaissance, have that knowledge of what is happening. So maybe when you go for an all-in build, I definitely recommend you don't keep building mules. Maybe use the scan around the 3rd or the 4th time you have 50